Good evening, everyone. I am Miss Jones-Kerr, the extremely proud and honored principal of Hillsburg High School. Welcome, class of 2025. We're excited that you will now be a sophomore. Bienvenidos a todos. Soy la directora de la escuela Hillsburg High School. Bienvenidos a la clase de 2025. Ya tenemos una presentación para ustedes y muchísimas gracias estaré aquí en esta noche con nosotros. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're excited to share some great information with you. We know how busy you are with children. We know we're parents ourselves, so thank you so much for being here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Francisco Manriquez, and I am the assistant principal at Hillsburg High School. Hola a todos, soy Francisco Manriquez, soy el subdirector de la preparatoria de Hillsburg. Ms. Mace, do you have the slides?
Yeah, can you tell everybody it's recording first?
Yes. In addition, we will be recording this meeting for those who can't make it. And those of you who want to listen to the presentation in Spanish, there is an icon at the bottom for interpretation. Para todos los que quieren escuchar la presentación en español, pueden hacer clic en el icono de interpretación abajo.
Okay. Ms. Mace, do you want to put it in present? There we go. Okay. So there's Mr. Manriquez and myself. And additionally, Mr. Flores is not feeling well. So unfortunately, he will not be joining us tonight. However, Mr. Flores is one of our counselors. And we also have our other amazing counselor.
And we can do the next slide.
Oh, Ms. Mace, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Couldn't find my mute button.
There we go.
Good. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kelly Mace, and I am a school counselor here at Hillsburg High School. I serve students with the last name A through K.
Thank you, Ms. Mace. For today's agenda, we will be covering the typical sophomore schedule. In addition, the course selections that are available. And at the end, we will be able to answer or try to answer some of your questions. We will have a format where if you have a question, you can raise your digital hand, and then we will call on you as you raise your hand, and we'll just go in order. So at the time, you'll be asked to unmute your mic, and then you can ask your question, and then we can move on to the next question.
All right. And it is, as I imagine, hard to believe that we're already talking about next year, but your child will be moving on to 10th grade. So we wanted to review a typical schedule or courses that a typical 10th grader will have at HHS. They will have a choice of world history or AP world history, English 10 or English 10 honors. They will have a math course, a physical science course, language other than English. We offer Spanish here on our campus, and also physical education, as well as an elective course.
All right. So in terms of your choices, as Ms. Jones-Kerr said, all students will take English in grade 10. And the choices are English 10 or English 10 honors. We are going to be offering, it's different than English 10 AS, which is what's been offered in the past. Next year, we are going to be offering an honors English 10 class. It will have a GPA bump, and any student is welcome to enroll in English 10 honors if they're up for the challenge. So, but the choices, English 10 honors. Students who are in need of special education or other things will be identified and placed appropriately. So we're just going to go through the different choices for each subject. Maybe I can there we go. Math students will be in a math class next year. We have a 3-year math requirement. If your student is currently in IM1 and passing D's or better, they will be moving on to IM2 next year. If your student is currently in IM2 and they are passing with C's, grades of C or better, they will be moving on to IM3. If your student is in IM2 and struggling, we would recommend that they take advantage of summer school, or they might be repeating IM2. You do need a C or better to move from IM2 to IM3. If your student is currently in IM3, they will need to move on to honors pre-calculus or statistics. But if your student is currently in IM2, they do have to go to IM3 next year as a sophomore because they need 3 different years of math in high school. So this is confusing. If you have questions, please write them down and we will hopefully answer them at the end of this presentation, or you can always contact your school counselor for clarification. Physical science. I think we skipped history, but next year your students will be taking a physical science class. Your student is currently completing their life science requirement for graduation as a freshman in either biology or ag biology. Next year, the choices are chemistry or ag and soil chemistry, commonly referred to as ag chemistry. Students who are currently in biology can choose to join FFA and be part of ag chemistry. And again, students in ag bio can also choose to take traditional chemistry. There's no requirement that you stay in either the agricultural science or the traditional science field. So you can mix and match. And then you will see in grade 11 and grade 12, there are a significant number of options for students to earn their 3rd year science requirement, because we do require 3 years of science to graduate from Healdsburg High School. But next year, as sophomores, your students will be earning their physical science graduation requirement through either chemistry or ag chemistry or ag and soil chemistry. Moving on to PE. So we do encourage sophomores to take PE if you want to get all 20 credits of PE that you need for graduation. You can earn 10 credits as a freshman in sports and fitness 1. And then as a sophomore, you can choose between sports and fitness 2, which is team sports, or conditioning, which is more of an individualized program. We're getting swole, working on your conditioning and your muscles. Students are not required as sophomores to take PE. Students have the option to play a sport in order to earn their additional 10 credits of PE. 1 sport equals 5 credits of PE with a max of 10 in a year. So even if your student is a 3-sport athlete and they play football, basketball, and baseball, they will still only earn 10 credits of PE in sophomore, junior, or senior year. Freshmen cannot earn PE credits by playing sports. So, right, there's PE, language other than English, or as we refer to it here at Healdsburg High School, Spanish, Spanish, and more Spanish. So the choices here, if your student is currently in Spanish 1 and doing really well, they need to take Spanish 2, which will fulfill the graduation requirement of a level 2 or 2 years of language other than English. If your student is currently in Spanish 2, we would recommend that they go on to Spanish 3 for that 2nd year. If your student is in Spanish 3, they have a choice between Spanish 4 or advanced placement Spanish, AP Spanish language. So again, when we are an open enrollment school, there's no requirement that your student have a certain grade point average or anything, as long as they just need to be willing to work hard and up for the challenge to do an advanced placement Spanish class. And that's the options within Healdsburg High School for language other than English. And again, we really strongly encourage your students to consider taking a level 4 Spanish class, either Spanish 4 or AP Spanish so that they can earn the state seal of biliteracy, which is an excellent thing to earn in their senior year, added to their diploma as well as their transcript. Electives. Before we get to electives, I want to talk a little bit about history. I feel like I forgot. Your students will all be taking their first history class next year. If your student is currently enrolled in AP Human Geography, that's awesome, and we hope they're enjoying it. But it is an elective class in terms of graduation requirements. So next year, students will have the option of taking World History or Advanced Placement World History. Again, Advanced Placement is an honors class. It moves a little quicker. Students who are up for the challenge are welcome to enroll in any of our AP courses. And we strongly encourage those students to take the AP exam in May. Passing the AP exam can mean earning college units, which translates to less money you have to spend in college because you're earning credits through the work you've done in high school. But again, you do have to pass the AP exam in May. So all sophomores will be in either World History or AP World History. And finally, electives, or what the students tend to say, the fun classes. We have some new classes next year, or classes that are coming back. Leadership, for one, we are going to be offering it as a class next year. So students will have the opportunity to sign up for leadership, run for office, plan activities. We also have a brand new course that's going to be offered as part of our digital filmmaking or digital media program called Audio Productions. In this class, students will be able to learn how to produce sound in ways like, if you've ever been to a concert and you've seen someone working in a big soundboard, the students who take that class will get an introduction on how that works. Like, how do you produce audio for movies and videos? So it's a brand new class, Audio Productions. We strongly encourage students to sign up for it if that sounds interesting to you, as well as a long list of choices here. I don't particularly want to read them all to you. We're going to show you at the end of the presentation where you can get to some of this information on our school website so that you can know what choices are available to your student when they are going to do their course selections, which I believe is our next slide, Ms. Jones-Kerr.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Mace. Hi, for those of you that came in recently, welcome, and thank you for being here tonight. I am Amy Jones-Kerr, the principal of Hillsburg High School. I'm going over this slide with you for the class of 2025, and this is about their course selections that they're going to be doing. So we are very lucky that we are a small personalized high school, and so our counselors work very closely with all of our sophomores, and they are going into the PE classrooms on February 15th and 16th and actually walking the students through and helping them and letting them see all the courses. And they're going in Naviance software program that we have to go through and actually go through and kind of select those things. They're not actually enrolling in those courses, but they are going through and specifying what they're interested in taking. Again, that does not mean that they are enrolling in them, but they are letting us know what they're interested in. If you are a parent that is new to Hillsburg High School, you will need to contact Hannah Gutman, and she's our registrar. You have to actually enroll with our district to be allowed to enroll in courses. So you can contact Hannah and she can walk you through there. All right, I additionally have the next slide. So something that's very important is when your students, your children, are able to go in and actually select their courses, this has to be done by February 28th. We will actually close it at that point, and you will be receiving a notification that specifies the courses that your child is picking. And this is just a system that we're putting in place so that you can see what your children are picking and then you're approving them. And you will actually need to put, there's a button on there that you'll need to just verify and sign, yes, I as the parent, am allowing this, just so that we can make sure that your children are taking the courses. And then just having that communication, we really view ourselves as an educational team, and we want to know that you're looking at their courses and making sure that they're on track, as well as we are doing the same for you and your child.
And it's a lot of information. We're almost done. Bear with us. So we do have this information available on our website, and there will be more information going up. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to come out of the slideshow to show you the course selection section of our website. Has information for all current students, and includes the information of when students completed their academic or course plan in Naviance, as well as it will have the dates for when they are doing their course selections in different classes, like PE for class of 2025 next week, as well as some information about graduation requirements, freshman elective descriptions, still a work in progress, our course catalog, AP information, some video highlights, lots of different information. So if you are looking for this section of our website, it is called Course Selections, and you can get there from our main page by clicking on Course Selections. It will take you to the class of 2026 first, and then you just click over to current students, and there will be more updated information in the next coming days. Back to the slideshow. I believe we are at the questions and answers. Mr. Manriquez.
Perfect. So again, if you have a question, the way we will field these is raise your digital hand. At the bottom, you should have an icon that says reactions. You can choose that and then choose the hand, and we will call on you as we see you in order, and then you'll be asked to unmute your mic. At that time, you can ask your question. And if we don't see any questions, then we assume that you don't have it.
No questions. Well, you know what? Additionally, we are always here. We feel like we're always here. Teenagers are a lot of work. Please feel free if you think of something later, or if you want to make an appointment with us, if you want to make an appointment with your counselor, we highly, highly recommend anything that you're wondering, please reach out to us. High school can be complicated, and it's really important. So we really want to hear your questions. And it looks like Jeanette has a question.
Janet has to unmute herself. Yes, thank you. There was mention in the AP World History, I think, or the Honors English 10, that there was a GPA bump. What do you mean by bump?
Excellent question. So I guess I'll take this one. So GPA is calculated on a 4-point scale traditionally. A's get 4 points, B's get 3 points, C's get 2, D's get 1, and an F 0. In an honors class or an AP class, so honors and AP in terms of GPA are the same, is that it's on a 5-point scale. So if you get an A, you get 5 points, a B, 4 points, a C, 3 points, but no bump for a D. You still get a 1 for a D and still a 0. So that's what's considered a bump in the GPA. So that is for our honors classes, English 10 honors, honors pre-calculus, honors advanced sustainable agriculture, which students can take in their junior year, or our AP courses like AP Human Geography, AP World History, AP US History. We have a long list of AP, but that's what that means by a GPA bump. Did that hopefully that answered your question.
Thank you, Ms. Mace. And yeah, she's not able to answer because she was muted, but we're going to go to the next person that we see, and I see Brad Wilmore.
Hi. On the PE credit, the alternative for sophomores is playing a sport. Could you quickly run through the sports that are available and the audition or qualification requirements?
If you want, Ms. Mace, I can go over the sports and
Ah.
you can chat about the credit, that one sport. So currently in the fall, we have cross country, football, golf for girls, tennis for girls, and volleyball. And then in the winter, we have basketball for boys and girls, soccer for boys and girls, and wrestling. And then in the spring, we have badminton, baseball, golf for boys, softball, swimming, tennis for boys, and then track and field. And the way I understand it is if you play one season of sport, you complete that season of sport, you're able to receive 5 credits of PE. Is that correct, Ms. Mace?
That is correct.
Okay.
And each sport has its own, each coach determines like the tryout process. We do have some sports that have no cuts, but we do have some sports that have cuts. And so if you have specific questions about each sport, you would really want to reach out to our athletic director or Mr. Manriquez. He can answer some of those questions, but our athletic director, Brian Osborne, would be able to connect you with each coach for each sport, and they'll be able, and he can answer those real specific questions about like how to make the team. We don't make those decisions, but they'll get you but we can help you get the information, basically. Hopefully that answered your question, Brad.
Okay, I think so. We're gonna go to the next person, and we see Chris Herod.
Hi, this is actually Brianna Herod.
Okay.
And my question is, now that leadership will be offered as an elective, does that mean there will no longer be a leadership club, or how will that work?
Yes, I'll go ahead and answer that, Ms. Mace. We are playing with that right now with our schedule. We are looking at for sure having one during the day, and we're also potentially looking at offering an additional leadership course as a 0 period. We really want to involve more students as possible that want to take on that leadership role, and additionally, students that need to take courses, we want to provide more opportunities for them to be in leadership if they want to. And the club, yes, we would no longer have it as a club. It would actually be a course by instructor and an A through G course.
Thank you, Ms. Jones-Kerr. We're going to the next person. I see Abby.
This is actually Abby's mom, Rebecca Wetzel. My question was, are all the electives that you guys listed here, are those all being offered next year?
Let's go back to those.
Are there certain ones that aren't being offered? I'm a little confused.
Yes, these are all the courses that are listed on there. And however, what we do is, it doesn't mean it's a done deal. What we really like to do is to see what our students want to take, and that drives our program. And so if in the event your child chooses a course where we don't have enough students who have interest, we'll communicate with you and let you know. And that's why when they go through, we really want them to go through and pick first choice, second choice, third choice, and even fourth choice. So it is not a done deal.
Thank you, Ms. Jones-Kerr. Is there anybody else that has a question? This would be the time to ask. You can raise your digital hand at the bottom. There's a reaction button. You can click on that and raise your hand, and we can call on you. And if not, we will assume that you don't have any questions.
And again, feel free to reach out to us if you have more questions as you're reading through here and working with your child. And again, we hope this information was useful. It was short and sweet and to the point. And we really thank you for your time. We know how busy parents are with your kids. So thank you for your time. And this will also, in about a day or so, be posted on our website. So if you wanted to watch it again, it will be there and available for you. Have a wonderful evening. And again, thank you for spending the half hour with us. Have a lovely night.